welcome my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your timeless soulmate contract read, the happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract read. I am your reader, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal, and I don't have a single planet in Gemini, so it's nice to read for other people in the collective. Let's get down to business. This is soulmate contract read. My definition of soulmate and twin flame are a little bit different. Actually, it's a lot a bit different from what's going on in the internet, and really for a very, very long time before the internet even existed. Those two terms get conflated. They're both soul contracts, and so I did a video the other day from my phone called, well, it's a preface. It's the very first thing you see in the description box. You might want to check that out before watching these, as well as there are so many links in the description box about the difference between twin flame and soulmate. A lot of them are mine, but one of them is from Matt Kahn, spiritual teacher, Hay House author. I think he put it out in 2018, a video called Soul Contracts, Twin Flames, and Soulmates Redefined. That is in the description box below as well, because I'm tired of explaining it every single time, as would you be, over and over and over again. So that definition, at its core for soulmate contract, is that you help each other heal through the quantum entanglement of said soulmate contract. So you don't even have to know who your happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate partner is. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. You keep healing you. You keep being the love that you are helping them heal, and vice versa, aware or unaware. And a big part of the soulmate definition that I am really seeing the clarity through, it's a fifth dimensional lens, is that you have thousands of soulmates because you help each other heal symbiotically. My mother's soulmate contract, my father was, God rest his soul, a twin flame contract, and if you watch those vids, you'll get why that is how it is from a fifth dimensional unity consciousness perspective. Enough. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box. It's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Please check your other signs, because you might have more than one going. I have more than one going, because I don't know. I don't know. I talked about this in the video I did the other day. It's like, I don't know which one is going to come sit by my side and rule, but we shall see, right? So let's read for you, shall we? My darlings, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can through these pieces of paper called divination systems. Actually, we've got 2 healing systems, 2 tarot, and like 3 oracles, and we're ending with the Blessed Be, the new deck that I got up in Saratoga Springs at the Magic Moon on Phyllis Street. If you're nearby, drop in, say hi to everyone there, and tell them I said I love them, because I do. Otherwise, both feet on the floor. Let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. Exhale. I was just waiting to inhale. Okay. Downloading. Here we go. We're going to start with the Caroline Mace archetype deck. We're going to get 3. 1 for you, 1 for your soulmate partner, and 1 for the state of the contract. This is what I call these reads with my clients. State of the contract. Where is this contract at the time of this reading, this recording, but timeless whenever you watch it? So we're not, I mean, you can figure out divine masculine, divine feminine if that's your gig, right? That's fine. But roles may flip, right? So even though I'm saying this is the Gemini, this could be you over here. Just roll with it. Cool? Here we go. Yeah, they wanted me to really clarify that because there's been a lot of flip-flopping going on. So please, my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of soulmate contract law, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, please. I need 3 cards to give us the 8th chakra dynamic, the archetypal power in play for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, the romantic ones that, you know, give us the most trouble, the most healing opportunities as well to help each other heal. So what do we got for the Gemini here? Their 8th chakra dynamic, sort of overlighting all the other chakras, influencing everything below it. And how about their soulmate contract partner there? And state of the contract read, please. There we go. Now, these are already in the title, so let's see how brave you are for showing up. Oh, well, it depends on how brave you are, I suppose. You're presenting as the wounded child archetype. The child archetype everybody has. It's one of the 4 survival family archetypes. There are 9 families of archetypes, but everybody has the child, which has its spectrum of lead to gold, the victim victor, right? The victim and finding victory, creating victory out of that, the saboteur and the empowerer, all about life decisions of empowerment or disempowerment, and the prostitute, which is so not about selling yourself for sex, although I have no beef with any sex workers, blessed be, to each their own, live and let live, fairly take, fairly give. But in this deck, she takes the child archetype, as I said, which everybody has, and explores the different sub-archetypes. So everybody has the child archetype, but not everybody necessarily has the wounded one. Now, the shadow and light on this, I know, the shadow sounds really rough, and it is. But the gold that you get out of it, this is what you're helping each other heal, right? You heal this within yourself, you're going to help them, because they're pretty on point here. So the shadow attribute blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, which, that's different than if you're in therapy and uncovering that stuff. But blames, that's the word, blames. There's a difference there. Resists moving on through forgiveness. Now, granted, the version of forgiveness you might have been raised with as a child might be incredibly toxic. What the Course in Miracles calls forgiveness to destroy. Nothing really heals that way. It's based on Newtonian physics, really, where the quantum model is very different. Let's leave it at that for right now. But the light attribute that you're shooting for here, and you're helping each other heal, whether you're aware of it or not, awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. I have the wounded child archetype. Opens the learning path of forgiveness, and that's what really tuned me in to, for example, in times of great stress, devastation, desolation, and destruction, I turn to what I call the mother of all. The mother of all. You could say it's dark matter or whatever, the void from which all things come, the dark goddess. But she truly is my mother, and she's the mother of all. So I'll never forget the first thing she said to me, and I am clairvoyant, clairaudient, all the clairs, and empath, blah, 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 since jump, right? So, I've been to therapy. I've had therapists say, no, you're just really intuitive. You're just really empathic. You're not crazy. Thank you. And she graduated from Columbia, so blessed be. But certainly opening the healing path of forgiveness, great, big, huge. So your contract partner here has the guide archetype, and this is the divine family archetype. The shadow places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. Now, I have this archetype. I've been guiding people since I was a little kid. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I think this one comes and goes for me, but especially as a spiritual counselor, this is in my life rather often, and that's why I will never turn anybody away because of money. Like, if someone can't afford it, I'm like, fine, I will help you, but you have to pay this forward to someone. If you're not going to pay me back, at least do some random acts of kindness, right? So I'm familiar, and I have seen this. I mean, really, $400 for 45-minute reading? That's a bit ridiculous, and people are charging that. I'm like, whatever. That's my judgment. I'm okay with it. Financial gain, control, imparting spiritual insight. Well, yes, I will tell you this, but you must scoop my kitty litter. I would never ask anyone to do that unless they were married to me, because they would be the papa to my boys. The light attribute represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself, the unity of it all, to follow the guidance and the grace given to you in every moment with every breath. So as a soulmate pairing, this could be very, very, very healing and very, very powerful for everybody. Because as one of us heals that wounded child, the inner child, whatever you want to call it, the child of your heart, I talk to my heart chakra as my inner child, through the holographic unity consciousness of it all hearts heal, right? That little bit that you do heals everybody, and particularly with this guide, it feels like this would be a blessing upon the world, these two coming together. Now, state of the contract, the damsel, have I wrestled with the damsel in myself? So this is the state of the contract where you both are. And this is all about romance. The shadow attribute, waiting for a night, K-N-I-G-H-T, not the J-Lo song, just to clarify. Waiting for a night. Now I'll have that in my head all day. To provide for you seduction by romantic illusions. And who doesn't have romantic illusions? I mean, I was born into that, like with Disney and the kiss of true love, to find out that true love is divine love, which is why I do the Timeless Path of True Love read, so you get your part of your path. So they're good compliments for these soulmate reads, so that you can really continue doing your work within you that is going to help heal them, and vice versa. Let's keep going. So if you think of those as 8th chakra, like hovering over the head of you, of them, and of you both, this will be the heart, throat, third eye, crown stuff, the interior world, the psychological world, right? Emotions, choices, decisions, thinking, mind power, and spiritual power. Let's see. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon my goddesses of air and the sign of Gemini, please. I need 3 cards: heart, throat, third eye, crown, internal dynamic, yin-internal dynamic, the divine feminine within these 3 for this Gemini collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, romantic, soulmate contract whenever they are watching this. We got the Gemini here with the wounded child. We've got the partner here with the guide archetype and the state of the contract in the damsel. I just wonder if you're both like in your towers waiting for each other to ride in on a white horse. Why it gotta be white? Honestly, I'd rather ride a black horse any day of the week. All right, if one of these is the chariot, right? Well, here we go. All right, so Gemini, again, this might be your partner, it might flip-flop, but I gotta say it's Gemini to keep my head on straight here. Wounded child with the strength card. It's all about the heart. Courage, courage, mon amour, courage, right? French word for the heart is cœur, right? So it's that root of it, to follow your heart. Now, gotta go with this, gotta go with what they're showing me, that there's a lot of fear here. There just is. There's a lot of fear. Why in the world would you need to summon courage if it was a cakewalk? Have you ever seen a cakewalk? Cakewalk, wicked boring, right? Cake run would be more fun. Cake dance battle, even better, right? But there is so much love inside of you. I mean, inside of all of us is the truth of who we are, right? Strip away everything else. We're the love of the divine incarnate. Boom, right? But like the sun can be obscured by clouds, our fears, our wounds, and all that jazz. I'm going to tell you, with your partner here, the guide archetype, they are pulled back. This is the Aquarian card. This would be, well, it's the Crone of Blades. This would be the Aquarius card. So that would be the Queen of Swords. Now, this is not another person inside of them, nor does it necessarily mean that they are an Aquarius, right? This is their internal dynamic, and I'm getting very, very clear. Crown chakra. With the guide, this is someone who's really got their spiritual shit together, at least to the point where they're following their own guidance and maybe even guiding others, and possibly even guiding you, even if the two of you don't know each other or you are estranged, right? But I wouldn't take this too coldly. A lot of people say, oh, the Queen of Swords, she's such a bitch. No, it's Aquarian energy. It is 11th house dynamic. There is friendly here. There is seeing this from the, maybe not the GPS point of view. To me, that's 8th chakra. This is heart, third eye, crown. From the crown chakra, from the penthouse, right? So they may not have the Google Maps version of it all, but they're certainly seeing themselves in relationship to you, or the potentiality of you if you have not met yet. So really cool. I mean, it can be a little dry. It can be a little factual. But when you put the divine in there, this person might be getting, let's go with it, clairvoyant stuff, visions, seeing things, really getting guidance that is helping them see clearly from above the fray. This feels lovely. But this damsel archetype, state of the contract, 6 of flames, 6 of wands. Now, the 7 of wands in this deck is called victory, so I hold off on that. But this is balanced passion. This is Bastet. One of my of all the gods, the Greeks are really my my tribe. But, you know, it's all one big divine family in that sense. So Bastet, the solar cat goddess, right? Very protective, very, very fierce, but also very playful. Please keep in mind, I have 3 black cats, all boys, and they were just fighting before. And I know they're just playing, but when they give that blood, it... Mama cat, right, just comes out of me. So with the damsel here, there is a good balance of fire here. You both want each other. You both want to have fun together. You both want to play as well as bask in the sun. Maybe in bed on a Sunday with bagels and coffee. Because that's something I haven't experienced in a while. I'm so down for it. Let's keep going. What does this look like on the outside, right? The root sacrum solar plexus dynamic, right? If the daughters of the moon are the internal, this is the external. I have to pull these a little bit differently. This kind of has to be from the outside looking in, not necessarily, because otherwise it gets a little stalkery and it doesn't feel right. But let's see what hits the table. You're going to take what resonates anyway, right? Breathe. Oh, as I call upon my singular God who sits in the throne of Gemini and the powers of air, my beloved Hermes. I see you back there staring at the back of my head. Please, 1 card, 3 cards in clarity. What does this look like from the outside looking in? Some aspect of the physical world that they can help pinpoint this, affecting root, sacrum, solar plexus, dynamic, literal level of power, physical power, survival, intuition, right? Root chakra, all is one, sacred truth, right? Second chakra, honor one another. If you can really honor one another wherever you are on your paths, it's going to make this a lot easier. It's very merciful. And the solar plexus, honor thyself. What's going on here in the physical? Are these two, do they even know each other? Would be nice to know. What's going on here? We'll do, oh, I'll take, no, don't take that. You got it. Please, one card for the wounded child in the 8th, and the strength card, heart, third eye crown. Their partner with the guide in the 8th, and the Aquarian card, Ixchel, a crone of blades, flying on the back of an eagle. Eagle woman is the name on the card, but carrying scissors. So really, feels like this person is cutting out mental stuff, like lies, illusions, deceptions, delusions, seeing clearly. Feels really good, and I don't think they're really dependent on anybody else giving them that. That feels very direct, very vertical rather than horizontal. So with that damsel card there, the state of the contract with that playfulness, let's see what this looks like from the outside. Ah, oh, okay. You're not gonna like this, but you might if you can really get this. Here we got, again, this wounded child in the 8th, strength, and the tower. So you got double whammy in terms of, yeah, in terms of major arcana here. The energy on this is intense, certainly, and it might be that your external world has been struck by lightning. It might very well be that a foundation that you have built, maybe a relationship, could be work, could be physical, could be family, could be anything. Some structure that stood for a long time, its expiration date already passed, and you still tried to bubble gum and baling wire. A friend of mine told me that. I had to ask him what he meant. I get it, though. It's like, this is rough. And a lot of it, yeah, is coming from childhood. Just childhood patterns. It's like, but if you think of light as truth, being struck by lightning, this is Poseidon. Yes, god of the oceans, but also the god of earthquakes, right? Bringing this down so that you can rebuild something in your life. Sure, those can be codependent patterns, right? Patterns of wounds, of abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss from childhood that would definitely put you at odds with feeling like you could move forward with a clean slate without carrying all that stuff with you. So I'm going to highly recommend John Bradshaw, Homecoming. That's where I originally studied inner child work, but there's so many iterations, from the purely psychological to the off-the-wall guano spiritual and everywhere in between, right? Lead to gold and all of it. Really, there's some heal, and you're helping each other heal. Don't forget that. But definitely with that tower card on the outer, something that stood for a long time, longer than it should have, has been struck by lightning, even if that is a family pattern. Although how that would show up in the outside world, Only you can know that, because here's the thing. Your partner here, with the guide in the 8th chakra, and this real, clear, high, visionary kind of guidance coming into them, has the 3 of Swords. Now, usually 3 of Swords means to me get to the heart of the matter, and that might very well be true. Because I my first deck was Rider-Waite, the Rider-Waite Tarot, Pamela Coleman Smith, bless her soul, Pixie as her friends called her. The heart isn't actually broken, right? And it's an air sign. Like, to me, 3 of Swords doesn't say heartbreak. That's a water element, right? To me, that's 5 of Cups. This might very well be, yeah, them healing their own pain by seeing it from something higher. Now, this can be a past heartbreak for them that they're certainly being guided through it. I wouldn't worry about them so much. But if you two have danced before and it did not go well, they're still healing their heart, but they're all in for their own healing, and that's going to help you heal heartbreak from your childhood, if that makes sense. But I'm not going to give up on that. That for some of them, give me a percentage. 75%, that's pretty good. They're getting to the heart of the matter. They're getting to the heart of how this has changed and affected their life. But it is an intellectual pursuit. In other words, I'm not feeling a lot of great big huge emotion here, with their heart, third eye, crown dynamic being the Queen of Swords, right? The crone of blades. Eagle woman, the eagle flies highest and sees furthest. So the good thing we got going here, state of the contract itself, we got the Damsel in the 8th, play, Bastet, 6 of Flames, 6 of Wands. On the inner, on the outer, Ace of Pentacles. You guys are getting a new start. You're there. Someone's got to bust a move, though. And honestly, I'm not seeing just what's on the table right now, who's ready to bust a move. But I will say, they are so pulled back and doing their stuff, like really you want them to do this, it might come to you, right, to have the innocence of the child. Regardless of sub-archetype, the child archetype is about safety and innocence, because if a child feels safe, they can see the world through fresh new eyes, right? It's just, everything is wonderful and, well, full of wonder, right? World of wonder. Trade wars. But if it doesn't feel safe, you can bring it to its favorite place on earth, and it's not going to enjoy itself, right? So this wounded child, there is a thing of safety here, no question, but there's an opportunity here. I have a feeling it's got to be you, because I don't think they're going to make a move towards you. Perhaps they're even seeing your heartbreak in some way, shape, or form. You know, they're being guided in ways that they may not completely understand, or maybe they do. I mean, if this is a dominant archetype within them, I relate to that. All right. Let's keep going. Next deck, Higher Selves of All Involved. Did I switch these around? No, that's the right one. Anyway, okay. So, you know, I have to, this is my dining room table. So I have to put the cards back in between readings. I think they're in the right position. Yeah, if not, you're getting it different than everybody else. Please take a nice deep breath. Because here comes the Party Turner deck, or as it's officially called from Blue Angel Publishing, the Whispers of Love Oracle. Please take another nice deep breath, because we're going to need it. Yeah, someone's got to speak up. Someone's got to speak up. You're the Gemini, your 3rd house self-expression. Because I don't know, I feel like they might be able to actually sense or see your pain here with that 3 of Swords. I just don't get that this is emotional pain on their part. But they might in some way know that you're going through this tower thing and giving you space, right? That Aquarian friendly, I'll just be up here in the stratosphere praying, right? Blessing you from on high, getting to the heart of the matter here. But with that playfulness, there really feels like a lot of fun and innocence to be had here between the two of you. So please, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What are the whispers of love for this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, romantic soulmate contract here. What is a piece of information, inspiration they need? 3 cards, please, face down for the wounded child, for the guide, and for the state of the contract, Damsel. Now this is where things get a little wild. Yeah, when I look over here, I think that's what's making me cough. You have to cough something up here. Wounded child, a spiritual connection, right? So you've got the wounded child, right? 8th chakra, courage, strength, right? To endure physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, this tower that you are going through. But with spiritual connection, this relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. There's a soulmate contract for you. You guys have done this before. And here is an opportunity for the two of you to come together honorably. That's what I'm getting, hence the courage thing. Yeah, it's not going to be easy to walk through the pieces of this fallen tower for you. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Would you want to have to croak and come back and do this? Do it this lifetime, right? What do they got? The guide here. They got the guide in the 8th. Queen of Swords, the Aquarius card, eggshell, cutting things out. This 3 of Swords on the outer. Simple acts of kindness. Show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. And I do feel that. Like, I don't feel like they're the heartbroken one here. I feel like they're kind of above that. And I don't mean in a, pure divine masculine, head over heart kind of way. Although people will say that about the Queen of Swords, but I think they're very incisive in their thinking, that they are seeing things. They're being guided to see truth here. And, I just feel like for them to show the simple act of kindness to you while you're going through this tower, if there's no communication, and again, you may not know each other. Some of you is just how it is. You haven't met yet. But with that soul connection, it's going to happen. But you will probably know them by their kindness. And I want to, second chakra dynamic, root chakra dynamic, the grace of kindness. In my book, Words of Grace, from a Professional Witch, it's broken down into chakra chapters. And the root chakra, all is one. The sacred truth is all is one. But the 2 graces there are the grace of, come on, Mark, the grace of reverence, to be one with all of life, not just the people, the trees, the everything, not just this planet, apparently. And the grace of kindness. We are all of one kind. We are all spirit in form. We are all souls that were essentially drafted to play these roles in these lives, to develop soul attributes. That's what that 8 chakra archetype cards are about there. But I think you'll know them by their kindness. And if there was bad blood between the two of you, I think they're going to come about from, yes, perhaps a more mental place, but a kind one. So I still feel like the onus is on the child, because there's a growing up that's going on here. Otherwise, the damsel, they're going to try and rush in and rescue you. And I don't think you want that on this, right? You want healthy, right? What is this? Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself and take your time. No one needs to rush their healing, but understand that as you heal, you're helping them heal. Quantum entanglement of a soulmate contract, and vice versa. So again, we've got this damsel with play. This feels lovely, with a new opportunity, and it's an ace, right? It's a seed, right? You can crush it under your heel, or you could plant it. Oh, what's interesting, however, I just saw this. Here you got Poseidon the Earth Shaker, and here you got Poseidon the Earth Shaker, the god of the seas. So yeah, there are emotions here. Even though it is an earth card, we're talking about the Olympian god of water and things changing. This is a big change coming in. All right, higher selves. Look to your inner strength. Are you kidding me? For both of you, look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. Now, I think that is very specific to the Gemini with the wounded child thing, because when a bone breaks and is healed, the site of the break is stronger than it was before it broke. And ain't that just the truth? Yeah, hearts get broken, but they heal, and they are healed bigger and stronger than they were before. And I'm getting this loud and clear that this is an incredibly strong contract. That the love here, this might even be a true love contract, but we're not doing those. I have to do a true love collective read. I haven't done one in a year, just where all the true lovers are, which to me is the maybe 6th dimensional implosion of twin flame and soulmate. But it's got to be for people who are really working their stuff. Yeah. let's talk to the Ascended Masters. Let's see what we got here. The Matt Kahn Healing Mantra Deck, as I said, his video is linked in the description box below. I hated the terms soulmate and twin flame. They seemed like the same damn thing. And they're very much based in third and fourth dimensional illusion of separation. Yeah. Where these new definitions, I just find them way healthier, and they're not going to drive people to the extent out of fear and pain, right? If they get that it's really about healing. So let's see. Breathe. Symmetry. My Ascended Masters of Soulmate Contract Law, please, 3 cards in clarity. What are the perfect healing mantras in the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra Deck for this Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, romantic soulmate contract? We've got the Gemini here with the wounded child, strength on the inner, tower on the outer, realizing that there is a spiritual connection, or they need to, not looking at the mantras yet. For their partner, the guide with Ixchel, the eagle, woman, the crone of blades, the queen of swords on the inner, 3 of swords on the outer. Which I'm really getting is that they are aware of some kind of heartache because of that tower, and it might not be something that they can quantify, but it's either that or it's a root chakra sense, or a second chakra sense of that pain that's going on here. Maybe they can relate to it in some way. So please, what's their healing mantra with that showing simple acts of kindness? And the state of the contract read, Damsel on the 8th, 6 of flames, Bastet, play on the inner, King of Pentacles, Poseidon twice in the reading on the outer, and look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. What is the perfect healing mantra? Now here's the thing, you can say all 3 of them. It's just going to help. Oh, okay. And bingo was his name. Oh, all right. So remember, this could flip-flop. You could be on this side. I don't know. But for the Gemini, I'm reading this as the Gemini. We've got the wounded child in the 8th, strength on the inner, the tower on the outer, because this is a spiritual connection that's apparently everything is being destroyed, or something's being destroyed in your life in order for this to happen, because it's got to happen. I mean, everybody has their free will, but you've got deconstructing doubt. Only my beliefs are in my way. There we go. I mean, that's therapeutic, right? In and of itself, it's a great mantra. Only my beliefs are in my way. So, you know, it's one thing when it's an intuitive sense in your gut or in your heart, but if this is the Gemini I'm talking to, the air sign, you've got some doubts in there based on your childhood, maybe your parental relationships, in other words, their relationship or lack thereof, right? Abuse, neglect, codependence, loss, those are the ego wounds, that only your doubts are in the way of you stepping forward. And that's why I feel like you're the one that's got to bust the move here. Why? Because they've got unraveling codependency. Only I have to feel good about my choices. And I know that sounds toxic at first, because you're like, well, how narcissistic. But no. Unraveling codependence is a killer. It is a killer of dreams. It's sacrificing your own heart's desires to keep someone else comfortable. Or whatever, what have you. I mean, originally the term, the first time I read it, was Codependence No More, Melody Beattie, and it had a lot to do with drug and alcoholism. It has now been kind of exposed in all sorts of family relations. We get it from our parents, usually. So, only I have to feel good about my choices. Well, they're kind of doing that. They are looking at their choices. They are looking at their options, but from a very spiritually guided place. And they're choosing to be kind here, to show a simple act of kindness. I feel like if you came towards this person, if you know who they are, maybe you don't, but, you know, even just a playful Ace of Pentacles, right? Just toss a coin at them, so to speak. Give them an opportunity, an acorn, if you will. Maybe it'll grow into an oak tree, maybe it won't. But they're not going to do it out of anybody else's pressure. Look, codependency, it is, like I said, it's a destroyer. It is lethal. And it creates such resentment. So this isn't about, well, I feel like keying your car, that feels good to me. No. No. It's saying only I have to feel good about my choices, to love myself, to follow my guidance, regardless of what anybody else says. Family member, outside world. I mean, who doesn't? If you're raised in the Western world, chances are. You got some codependent patterning, but here's the kicker, right? State of the contract, Damsel in the 8th, 6 of Wands, play. Yes, you can see it as internal victory because it does feel that. It's a weird, I try and stick to Fiona Morgan's thing here, but this does very much have that 6 of Wands victory feeling. There is victory for the two of you together here. Free of codependence, at least from one side, with this new opportunity coming in, and to look to your inner strength. And your inner strength really is this victorious, playful connection, which that wounded child, as it gets healthier and really opens the path to forgiveness, there's just going to be more room for play, right? Less guilt, more room for play. But what's the outcome? Expressing free will. My choices determine how brightly I shine. So it feels like you're going to have to make the choice to connect with this person or not, if you know each other. If not, when it does present itself, and you know, another way of looking at this is they come into your life and boom. But I do sense with that 3 of Swords they got on the outer here that is not them. That they're kind of focused, right? That's the 3 of Blades and the Daughters of the Moon. Focus. It's not about heartbreak. But my choices determine how brightly I shine. Very throat chakra oriented. Feels like they're going to choose to be kind here. And you have to choose to deconstruct your doubt because only your beliefs are in the way. You are seeing through a glass darkly. There, I just gave you New Testament, right? Now, if you put these together, deconstructing doubt, expressing free will, and unraveling codependence, you're all helping each other heal this. Then the mantra, it really is, only my beliefs are in my way, my choices determine how brightly I shine, and only I have to feel good about my choices. Look, if there are codependent dynamics, like I said, who doesn't? I mean, I don't know. I don't know anybody who hasn't struggled with that, if not with family dynamic, then with work. But if you are stuck in a codependent thing, it's been struck by lightning. If you're in a toxic relationship, this other spiritual connection is calling to you. So whatever loss you went through here, look to your inner strength, right? This is amazing. Only my beliefs are in my way. My choices determine how brightly I shine. And only I have to feel good about my choices. That's pretty holographic. Boogie, oogie, oogie. Let's get, I haven't used these in a while, the Lover's Oracle, Tony Carmine Salerno. Love these. And I have to do them picture side up because I haven't memorized the pictures, but I don't want to see the words until they hit the table. Please take a nice deep breath. My pantheons of lovers. All of my pantheons and all of the ones that deal with lovers and soulmate contracts, please. I need 3 Lovers Oracle cards here for this Gemini collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, romantic soulmate contract. Like we said, we got the Gemini here, wounded child, strength on the inner tower, on the outer, spiritual connection from the higher selves, and only their beliefs are in their way. What do you got for them? That's 2. I know they're Geminis, but just 1, please. Leave it in my hand. Picture side up. Thank you. For their partner with the guide in the 8th, Excel, Crone of Blades, Queen of Swords on the inner, 3 of Swords on the outer. Yay, you didn't all go on the floor. Thank you for hanging. That's a good thing. I waxed the table. For some reason, it held it in place. What do you got for them, right? 3 of Swords on the outer. Showing simple acts of kindness, and only they have to feel good about their choices. What do you got for them? And for state of the contract, please. The Damsel in the 8th, 6 of Flames, victory. We're just going to go with that, but also playful. Balance fire, such a mutual passion here. Really, the two of you can have a lot of fun together, and there's a new opportunity with that 8 of Pentacles. Even if it's your meeting for the first time, it has a lot of potential there. But, you know, to look to your inner strength, this is going to take courage, at least on your part, right? For them, it feels like they're just going to move forward in kindness here. But for both of you, your choices determine how brightly you shine. So what's that look like? What's the oracular message from the pantheons of the divine? Oh, playfulness. Playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. Come on. So my gems, listen to the fun twin on this one. Take the leap. Yeah, shit might be falling down in dust around you, and it happens to all of us. It's hard not to take personally. That's silly to say don't take it personally, but it is happening in your outside world. But I will tell you, it's happening for your benefit, not your detriment. Play along. For them, they have, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. And what are they giving you? Space. You two have got to know each other. And if you don't, the space between you, the river goes on, and the sea that divides us is a temporary one, but the bridge will bring us back together. Thank you, Christine McVie. Oh, that album, that entire album, right? Good old Fleetwood Mac. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims. It simply allows and gives. So they're claiming their space for sure. That's what makes me think you two know each other and you've danced before. But they're giving you space as well, and in kindness. This is not ghosting. It might look that way, but if that's what you believe is going on, they did this for a kind, compassionate purpose. Maybe not reason, but purpose. And what state of the contract? Power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. And I think my choices determine how brightly I shine. With look to your inner strength, both of you can walk away from this at this point, or you could take that Ace of Pentacles opportunity, say, all right, let's see how this goes. But if this gets toxic, I don't think that's going to happen. Stuff's going to come up to heal. Soulmate contract, but you have the free will here, even though it is a soul contract that has many lives connected behind it. So that's why I think that lightheartedness, and why the wounded child archetype, right? Because like I said, if child is wounded, they can't really play, right? They can play in toxic ways, like burn down the house. But it feels like you've got somebody here who gets it. Maybe they've been through what you've been through before and know instinctively, maybe in a third eye way, crown chakra way, that space is necessary, but this new opportunity is on the table for both of you. I just feel like it would be inappropriate for them to come towards you. It feels like you've got to be the playful one and say, hey, won't play. Sorry, whatever went down between the two of you, unless you really meet each other when you're both having a good time. And it's not that they're distant, but they're just not interested in being in a codependent contract again. Like they must have been through it already. So no, you don't own me. I'm not just one of your many toys. You don't own me. Don't say I can't go with other boys, but I feel like they wouldn't want to. Change the genders as needed. Last card down. Now this one I got to read from the bookie book because it's brand new. There's no way I'm memorizing all of this. Mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empowered, called Blessed Be by Lucy Cavendish. She's got that kind of name. I love her. It's magical spell cards, and I love this deck. So there's only like brilliant artwork and a couple of words on these cards. So I'm going to read it from the bookie book. Please take a nice deep breath. Grand finale. Here we go. My collective pantheons of gods and goddesses of all lineages, races, cultures, please. One card in clarity. What is the blessing you bestow upon this Gemini collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. The romantic one, the ones, because, the energy on this is, there have been some pretty bad bumps in the road here on both sides, and if they do know each other, it feels like the space here was therapeutic, whether it started out that way or not. That's how it's ending up. They have an opportunity to come together here, so please, what is the blessing you would place upon them in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, romantic soulmate contract? Blessings of protection. Perfect for that inner child, and actually for this guide as well. There's a safety here. Now, I just want to point out I'm going to read it from the book. But she doesn't look like somebody you want to mess with, right? We'll see if they name the goddess or the deity or the being that is, who that is, I should say. Card number 23, a blessing of protection. Yeah, please take a nice deep breath. Let's do this for real. If we're going to confer a blessing, let's confer a blessing. Card number 23, a blessing of protection. A blessing to shield and safeguard you against harsh circumstances, people, weather, W-E-A-T-H-E-R. May the blessing of an ancient sword be yours, held high and shining, subduing all who may, through intent or simple destructive force, do you harm. That's that tower thing you're going through, Gem. May a great shield be held above you, so that when arrows rain down on you, they may glance off, leaving you untouched, unharmed, but with the great, glad, fierce joy of life given to you again. This is totally you, Gemini. May the protection of the land beneath you be yours, so your feet are firm on the good earth, and all good food rises and finds its way to the table again and again. May your home, your creatures, your children, and all who dwell within your walls be sheltered and encircled with a ring of bright flame by the goddess, and let nothing that could harm you pass. And if you leave your home, let the path you walk be started with blessings, so that each touch of the earth upon your feet is gentle and safe and certain. May the rowan tree growing strong above you and beneath her branches, may there be protection. And with those gentle leaves come the blessings of kindness, tolerance, acceptance, and the embrace of nature and her medicine within you. May the cloak of the goddess be about you, keeping you warm and safe, shielded and sheltered, hidden from those who would do you harm, comforted and encouraged to keep going. For beneath her shield, with her sword held high, within that circle of blue flame, and with her blessing upon your path, you are protected and blessed. And from this, you must know how precious and beloved you are to her. Blessed be. If you two don't know each other, the feeling of safety is just going to be there. And yes, part of that safety is you both have the option, right? My choices determine how brightly I shine, but you instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. And I feel like somebody's walking away from something, perhaps as a result of this tower on this side, right? And if they have suffered heartbreak, they might be walking away from certain mental patterns. I'm not really feeling anybody else in their energy field. This guide, this feels very much a vertical rather than a horizontal energy, where I gotta say the wounded child here is definitely horizontal, because you're going into the past, right? Trying to anticipate the future. You might have regrets and anticipation and guilt and all of that around those wounded child things here. But I have to tell you, this person is safe space for you, regardless of what has gone between you, if you have danced before. But the repetition of playfulness, right? Bastet and playfulness. The thing about people bringing you the gifts of kindness, and this person being show simple acts of kindness. And the mantras themselves, right? What's standing in your way are your doubts, but only your beliefs are in your way. And beliefs don't come and go. They're what did Abraham say? Is a belief is a thought consistently repeated. It's one way of looking at it. I mean, and that's just the conscious stuff. What about the subconscious stuff? What about the beliefs we picked up from our families of origin, right? Our political leanings, the media, right? All these things that we believe are true. And one thing is certainly truth. Not true. It's truth. We are all one. And the planet needs this soulmate contract to come together, because what's being healed here gives safety, protection. This person is safe shelter for you so that you can go through what you have to go through. But at the same time, you're relying upon yourself, both of you being very independent, but now it seems like interdependent, not codependent. But there's healing that has to be done. So you just keep doing you. You have to find your courage here. I feel like you're the one that's got to bust the move, because they just do not want to interfere here. They're trying to be kind regardless of what their choices are here. But this contract is protected, and whatever you've both been through before, bust a move. Let me put it together for you. Please take a nice deep breath. My collective pantheons of the divine, may this Gemini collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, and potential romantic sexual soulmate contract be blessed with all that they need, that the Gemini can awaken compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opening the learning path of forgiveness with their partner here. The guide archetype represents the nature of the divine in life and of themselves, so that the Gemini can have the courage and the strength to move forward through the tower that falls around them, and so that their partner can see things from the higher heights and understanding, getting to the heart of the matter, what is going on here for the Gemini. While this spiritual connection they may have doubts about, but only their beliefs are in the way, and to be a bit more playful here, to allow that forgiven child to come forward, while they are prepared to take to show simple acts of kindness, knowing that only they have to feel good about their choices, and there being closeness here, but also giving space, not claiming anyone in this contract. Whereas the damsel, that there's understanding the nature of healthy romance, inspiring each of them to rely upon themselves, so that this new opportunity, backed up with such playfulness and victory, can come to the fore. Each of them looking to their own inner strength, because they are stronger than they realize. Their choices determining how brightly they shine, expressing their free will, instinctively knowing with the power what is right for them. And they have the power to say no or walk away at any time. Very much a throat chakra choice thing. But overall, that there is this blessing of protection upon this whole contract for each of them individually, that everything they have gone through on the hero's journey of the path of true love is bringing them to a new opportunity here, that they are blessed, that they are protected, and there is kindness and great love here in play. So may they heal what they need to heal individually, the quantum entanglement helping each other heal, so that they can come together, maybe not totally wholly healed forevermore, but certainly in a more willing place where victory, play, healthy romance, power, and strength manifests itself for their well-being and for the well-being of all of life through unity consciousness. So would it be, and so it is. Good read. Digging it. Do 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 do. Look, gems, not easy. Simple, not easy. Simple, not easy. So look, if you want a private reading, find me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. My deeds are in the description box. Just easier than sending me a Gmail at this point, because there's so much spam that comes in every day. And certainly check out my book, Words of Grace. I'm going to say the throat and the heart chakra chapters, right? Fortitude, healing, oh my God, protection, counsel and protection, the two graces in the throat chakra. You might want to check it out, $9.99 USD on Kindle. Less than a pack of cigarettes, right? Otherwise, what a really kick-ass read. I mean, yeah, there's risk involved in everything. Every day you step out of bed, it's the fool, right? I mean, you just plummet off the cliff or into cat puke or, you know, a nice comfy flipper. But I tell you, there is great love here, and this person is safe space for you. So safe that you need to go to them. Yeah, they're not going to cross your boundary here, particularly if they know you're going through a chaotic heartbreak in some way, shape, or form. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, like it. Want more, subscribe. Comment if you feel it, my gems, because not just are you outrageous, not just are you truly outrageous, you are truly, truly, truly outrageous, my beautiful gems. Watch out for them holograms. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed day.